Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're gonna get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. We're gonna start off with Humble today on the 30-minute time frame. And so we were only up 1%. Humble officially released their ETX products to the United States, and so I was expecting to see a larger bounce here today on Monday. However, I can't complain because we are now sitting above and outside of our wedge while sitting above our 50 SMA. So the setup right now looks extremely bullish. You can see we are looking to have a nice little breakout in this next couple of trading sessions, and so I'm very excited for that. If I pull this out onto our daily time frame, you could see our MACD has had a very healthy crossover, and so I think today would have been a very nice opportunity to load up the boat here on Humble. If you have yet to get in, this stock is about to run very soon. Next stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the 30-minute time frame. So Social Life Network had a very strong close today, up 5%. We are trading now above our uptrend line, and we had a very healthy close to run up the price a little bit. Our price action is now above and outside of our wedge, and our 50 SMA is now creeping outside of our wedge. So this setup to me looks as bullish as Humble, and so these two are obviously my favorite plays for the very short term. Our MACD still is in line with our signal line, so we would love to see a green day tomorrow. If we get that green day tomorrow, we will get that cross that we were looking for, and that would be extremely bullish. And so right now, WDLF has a very promising setup, as does Humble. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the daily time frame, and IGEN finally gave investors what we were looking for. We actually got some good news that I was not expecting in terms of the news I was looking for. We actually launched a product called Family Shield, and so this is a monthly subscription type vehicle monitoring system that IGEN is now launching. And so with the type of foundation that this company has and the type of industries that they're trying to target, this is a solid company that you can run through an app. And so this will also give us that reoccurring revenue that we would love to see in a company. And so as of right now, IGEN has been giving us a lot of different businesses that they have under their belt, but we have yet to see some financial statements, and we have yet to see these deals close. And so once we really start to see that happen, this price action will start to pick up. And so today was, I think, just the beginning of what we are about to see. We needed to stop the bleeding, so IGEN came out with the news at a very nice time. And so today we saw a nice move today, up 11%. Our MACD, however, is still negative, so we are still waiting patiently for this to cross over to the upside. And then once we do, we should have a bullish outlook here in IGEN in the short term. And so right now, all we were asking for IGEN was to put out some news, and so we are very glad to see some of that. And so this should give some investors who are a little bit unsure about their position in IGEN a little bit more conviction. So I'm personally down on IGEN. I'm still down on IGEN, and so this was a very solid day in my opinion, because I think this could start a chain reaction of a lot of good events for IGEN. And so a lot of good stuff happening here. A very cheap company on a market cap basis with a lot of upside potential. And so keep this one on your radar, because IGEN is going to make a lot of people wealthy. Patience pays off if you just wait. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI on the daily time frame. So SEGI got crushed today, down 13%, and then we did close outside of our pennant and to the downside. So this is actually extremely bearish, and so if we can't hold this 100-day SMA, we are going to break this pattern to the downside, and that is not a good look here for SEGI in the short term. So be careful. So if I am in SEGI right now, I am looking at this 100-day SMA. If we can't hold this, I would be cutting my losses and looking for a better opportunity to buy in, because if we do break this to the downside, this could bleed down further. Our MACD is negative, our RSI is curled down, and so if you get rejected by the signal line, it is not looking good for SEGI in the short term. Next stock of the day, looking at MJNA on the daily time frame, and so we were up 2%. And I am going to show you guys one more time, because this is very important to understand. MJNA has been trading in a wedge for a very long time, and the price action currently is right on top. And so whenever you get a stock that has been trading in a channel for a very long time, and then we see a clean break, we eventually do see significant run-ups from these points. And so right now, because our 50 SMA is higher than all of our SMAs, and we are now sitting above this wedge, I do believe MJN is going to explode. It's just a matter of time, and this is a very great buying opportunity on MJNA. And so we were only up 2% today, but this stock is going to have a strong couple years, and so I can't wait to see how this plays out with MJNA. Next stock of the day, looking at ALYI on the daily time frame. So we were up only 3% today. Biggest thing to mention here is we are still trading below our 50 SMA. So right now, if you look at our MACD also on the daily time frame, we are curled over, so this is actually extremely bullish, and we could start to see a very nice run in ALYI in the short term. So keep this one also on your radar. Once we get back above this 50, that'll be extremely bullish. You guys saw we back tested our 100, very nice buying coming in to stop the bleeding, and then we did hold support very nicely. So everything on a technical level on ALYI looks extremely bullish. Next stock of the day, looking at HYSR on the daily time frame. So Sun Hydrogen down 7%. Again, we are in no man's land. Our 50 SMA looks like it's about to curl down, and as this curls down, this will eventually cross the 100 and cross the 200, which is extremely bearish. And so that is kind of what we are expecting and anticipating here on HYSR, which is why we have no positions, nor do we plan on opening a position here anytime soon. The technical analysis does not look favorable at the moment. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC on the daily time frame. So we're flat here on ACDC, still trading below our uptrend and right on our 50 SMA. And so right now with ACDC, it's hard to have a picture because this gap may not get filled anytime soon, and we could see ACDC get to $1, $2, $5 before we see this gap get filled. And so I just feel, and in the type of trader I am, anytime I see a gap on a chart, I can't open a long position until this is filled. And so if ACDC does continue to run up, that is fine. I am okay with that. It's just this gap eventually is going to get filled, or we are going to see price action close to this point. And so this is a far off gap, and this is a 5 cents gap that needs to get closed down a little bit. And so until that does, I can't get into ACDC, even though I am bullish overall on them. Next stock of the day, looking at HITI on the daily time frame. So HITI was down about 5%. We are starting to break down right here, and we are potentially about to get our test of our 50 SMA in the next couple days. And so I'm very excited to see that. Our MACD is bullish. However, we are crossed over to the downside, and so we could start to see a little bit more pressure here to the downside. So with HITI right now, we really want to see a bounce off this 50 SMA. If we can't get that bounce here, we could start to break down even lower. And so in the short term with HITI, I do want to see that back test. So I would like to see a couple more red days, and then from that point on, I would love to see the price action claw its way back up. We see a curl of our MACD, and then we start to have a nice run up. Next stock of the day, we're looking at STAF on the 4-hour time frame. And so STAF is a pretty simple play that I brought to your guys' attention. This is a buy on support, sell at resistance type of play. Reason I say that is because since the bottom of STAF, which happened during our market crash in 2020, we have just had a slow and steady uptrend. You could see we tested highs of about $3.30. We came back down, and here we are on support again. And so this looks like a very nice buying opportunity in my opinion. Anytime again you can get on a long-term support level, there is a higher probability you are going to make money, and so the numbers are in your favor. And so that's kind of how I see STAF. You don't really need to know too much about the company. You just gotta look at the price action sometimes. And if you see a deal, you see a deal. And with STAF, I see a deal and I see an opportunity to make some money. And so that is why we are watching STAF. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL on the 4-hour time frame. So SNDL continues to bleed down, and so we have yet to see any sort of distinctive price action with SNDL to let us know that we have some bullish momentum. Since our top here, we have just been continuously going down. Our MACD is still negative, and we could potentially even be crossing over again. And so that is an extremely bearish signal. And so if I pull this out onto our daily, just to get a better look, our MACD is negative, and as long as we are down here, we are bearish on SNDL, but we are looking like we have some healthy consolidation, some sideways trading. And so at these levels, I do think SNDL should show some decent upside, but I would still be waiting patiently until we get a better signal of a buy. Right now, we are not getting that. There you guys have it. That is our quick little update on our explosive penny stock watch list. We have very promising setups in some of these stocks, but we also have very bearish setups on some of these stocks. So I hope y'all are on the good side of the trades and you guys are making money either way the stocks go. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.